Hello, sorry for the slight movement. I have some notes in my hands because this is my review and thoughts and just everything I have to say about the Mortal Kombat movie. So, we are going to start with characters since that's the thing I have in my hand first. So, start with Molina. The actress playing her was not the right actress. Main problem was the skin tone. Second problem was the costume. The costume wasn't great. She didn't show her sharp teeth much. And she didn't even eat anybody's face. Or legs. Or she didn't eat any human meat. Which was a little bit of a problem for me. But her characterization and her writing was really, really on par. So, overall, she was... I'd say her character was a 4 out of 10. Um, Next one we have... Now, this was just a brief, item that could hint towards her existence on top of Molina's existence, confirming it. If you've played the games, Katana. That's it. She just has some stuff that references her. Same with Shinnok. He's the same deal, although I bet he's going to be pretty big in the third film if they get that far. Reptile. Reptile in the movie didn't have a large spot, and spoilers, which I will be putting on this video. He did die, but he had more of his deception look minus the armor, which I didn't think was too terrible. It actually looked pretty cool, and they did use his abilities to the full extent, and they used him to establish Kano, which we'll get to a little later. Next one is Noob. This one is one that's hinted towards that, the very, very end of the movie, Shang Tsung says he'll be back with an army and all that. So, yeah, I think Noob is going to be part of that since Sub-Zero has died at the hands of Hanzo Hasashi, or Scorpion. Um, Johnny Cage, he had a brief mention in the end. Everybody, whenever this movie's trailers and stuff came out, people were wondering, where's Johnny Cage? But he's very confirmed for the sequel. So that's really cool. We have Taven. This one's an extremely thin connection, but we do see Taven's. Oops, sorry. We do see Taven's mother. In the cave paintings. Same with Shao Kahn, which is on this list there, but I figured I'd mention him since Uh, so we have Cabal. Cabal is really he's amazing in this film. I love the design and the backstory with Kano. We still get mentions of the Black Dragon, so we could have that Ken ripoff that was in the games. Nah, I'm just joking. He's not gonna appear. Um, Although he might. They did have an Tara. Um, yeah, she's not on the list I'm looking at right now, but she's in the film. Eyebrows. She's in the film, and it's nice to see that character being included. It's nice to see more 3D era characters being, loved, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And man, I'm moving my eyebrows a lot when I'm talking. Yeah, it was great seeing her, even though she died at the hands of Kung Lao, who I missed the scene where he died. But apparently he died. Yeah, I kind of went to get something to drink while that happened. Oops. But it told me later in the movie. So we have Sonya. Yeah, she gets a little arrogant and annoying in this film. I don't like the actress who plays her. Costuming, great. Actress, not so much. But I do see room for improvement, and I've seen worse. Ronda Rousey, especially. Uh, she was alright in the voice. Both of them are alright in the voice department, but just were not right in the characterization department, which is mostly the writing's fault, but I'll let it slide. Not like I have any powers. Well, why am I saying that? Goro, he was fantastic in this film. We both, everybody who was watching it with me was joking about him looking like Hulk or the thing from World of Warcraft, but he was pretty good. I still enjoy the one from the '96 film better, but he was good. He died, you know, uh, by the hands of Cole Young. But he was good. I did enjoy his scenes, and he did still have a very princely manner. So I'll give him that. Reiko, this one was wasted. I don't care for Reiko in the games, but I do understand he has a very strict military-like and royal-like demeanor, and he was really, like he really worshipped Shao Kahn, which is why he kind of has like a Shao Kahn kind of feel with his moveset in the movie. Overall, he was terrible. The costume, everything was good except he had these lines across his face instead of the mask. I really hope if he's in Mortal Kombat 11, which I don't think he will be, but, you know, I really hope he doesn't have those lines. Next, we have Kano. Alright, Kano in this movie. We'll get to my main gripe with him whenever we get to a different type. But overall, I liked it. He was really good. Not quite Trevor Goddard. How do you pronounce that guy's name? I don't know. But he was good. I did enjoy him. He was thoroughly funny. Too bad he died. Yeah, he was my favorite part of the movie, and he's dead. But that's okay. We have Johnny Cage coming, so that'll make up for it, hopefully, with the humor parts. But he was legitimately really good, and I enjoyed him as Kano. Scorpion was amazing in this film. He wasn't in it very long, but he was amazing in it, which kind of disappointed me. He wasn't in it for very long, but something makes me feel he's going to be in the sequel a lot longer. Overall, his characterization was really good. The costume design was amazing. Shao Kahn, I mentioned him earlier. Yeah, and then Taven's mother. We get to see a painting of her, and if you know the games, you know her and her whole deal. Otherwise, go find a video about her. I do not have the time to be talking all about her. Borracho, he was slightly mentioned by Liu Kang, which was kind of cool. That's what we got of him. Let's see here. Next page. Liu Kang. Liu Kang was amazing in this film. We mentioned that the actor didn't quite look like Liu Kang from the game, but overall his characterization and his costume design was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I would love to see him in the sequel. I mean, he will be. He's Liu Kang. Then we have Kung Lao, who died, but his costume design was perfect. Oh, so good. And his characterization was, he still had the arrogant feel about him, which I think is important. Liu Kang should be the subtle one. Kung Lao should be the arrogant one. Sometimes they go back and forth, but I mean, that's after a little while of development. But yeah, he dies in this film, sadly, but well, he was still pretty good. He was still pretty good. Shang Tsung. Yeah, he's another one who he had a lot of minutes, but he didn't have very much impact. He's more a sequel type character. Yeah, Shang Tsung was really good though. I still prefer the original guy, but he's really hard to replace. But he did a fair job. And the costumes designs were thoroughly amazing. So, and his acting was still pretty good. So I'll, give him a little bit of a pass there. Cole Young. So, big spoiler. Although you'll know that if you click on this video. It says in the title. Cole Young is Scorpion's son. And he has like the abilities like Cable. He can take kinetic energy and reinforce it as a weapon, which is pretty cool. I thought that was an interesting thing to do. Yeah, we'll talk about him a little more with the game continuity and everything. Raiden. Yeah, Raiden was an odd choice. He still looks very odd to me, but his demeanor was thoroughly like Raiden, and the costume designing was amazing. It's just kind of odd to see the actor as him, but he's another one of those characters who, to see another actor playing him is kind of weird. Yeah. Bihan, or Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero was amazing in this film, and they had the Bihan arc really well. Overall, it was an amazing story, and it hasn't been done better on film, to my knowledge. Even the TV shows and stuff like that, it's not been as great. So, I do applaud them for this. Sorry for that. My hand's starting to get sore. Jax. He was incredible in this film. I didn't care for the, that's more powers, which I'll be talking about in a little bit. But overall, his acting and his characteristics were amazing. He had that, him not really liking the metal arms thing he did from the games, and overall, solid casting choice. Shoot, I forgot it. Sorry. So let's talk about the powers. I didn't care for the powers and lineage thing, but they did. I mean, it was a reason for everybody to have some sort of unique ability without it going too okay. No, it's out of the reality. It's out of the bounds of reality. It's not great. I mean, story was fine. So let's talk about that. Story was fine. Everything about it made sense. It was a great adaptation of the games. But the powers thing, it wasn't great. I didn't like how they had the lineage and the mark thing. I don't know how else to describe it. The mark thing to gain powers wasn't great. So let's talk about DLC for MK11. So I have heard rumors that Cole Young might be DLC for the game. I could really see that. He could have a very unique moveset, and overall, with there being 8 characters left, I'm really hoping that he is going to be one of them, because he'd be cool. I did thoroughly enjoy the character, and I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. And let's quickly go down the roster of characters that hopefully are Mortal Kombat 11 DLC still. Havoc, because, I'm just putting him there because he's my favorite, and a lot of people have requested him, so, then we have Takeda. He just makes sense because the last game was MKX, and he was a fan favorite, and he didn't appear. Ash Williams, I don't think he's coming. I don't. I wish he would, but, science say there was legal trouble. Then we have Reptile, which, between the movie and everything, there's a slight bit of evidence, but, since he has the same model in the crypt, I'm gonna go with no. But I wouldn't be surprised either. Smoke, he just hadn't been in a game for a while, so I can see that. Playable in a game for a while. So I can see Smoke, or Enenra, as he's called when he went in his other form. But overall, I think there are a lot of possibilities, and I'm really hoping Cole Young is one of the characters. And I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I give it a 10 out of 10. Wish for a sequel.